If the members of the Woodbury Public Safety Department carried around a dictionary, one of the shortest, broadest definitions would be the phrase, hazardous materials.
The basic definition for the fire service is basically anything that can jump out of a container and hurt you. So I mean, it's a pretty wide range of stuff.
That could mean a variety of different things, from chemical spills and cleanup, or violent reactive chemicals putting people and property in danger.
You're going to get stuff that is like there's a barrel between two people's garages and they want to know what's in it and they want to get rid of it. Or you can get a threatening note and a strange powder. There's really almost no limit to what we can be called to respond to.
With such a diverse range of calls officers need to respond to, training began a year ago with step-by-step instruction.
And we did mostly classroom training because there's a lot of definitions and stuff to that effect that goes along with this.
With more knowledge comes safer practices, and because of their training, it's time for Woodbury Public Safety officers to put their knowledge to the test.
I'll join you. You got it. Let's do it. You got gloves already?
Prior to today's class, Dean set up 6 jars containing unknown chemicals. It was up to Woodbury's finest to try and identify each compound.
All right, let's check out number 2. I feel like we're going in the wrong way on the buffet line here.
Just about every fire truck in the state of Minnesota these days have what we call a 4-gas meter. So part of the purpose of using some live chemicals was to get some reaction from their monitors, because to be honest, we're used to looking at these things and very rarely do we see anything on them.
Oh, we did it!
Firefighters were provided with pH strips, a simple tool with mighty benefits.
So that little piece of pH paper would help Woodbury Fire decide whether their structural fire turnouts are good enough for the hazardous materials incident that they're on. It'll also tell them whether they have some kind of corrosive chemical that they're dealing with too, which will keep them safe from hurting themselves or the public.
And after the firefighters identified the hazardous materials,
bleach, toilet bowl cleaner, sulfate, your standard things that are in your house, in your home that in a large amount could be dangerous.
they took a shot at several training drills.
There's 2 responses in hazmat, known chemicals and unknown chemicals. When it's a known, we'll probably slow down a little bit and do a little bit of research, and then we'll try and verify what our information tells us. When it's an unknown, we kind of take a different route. We put on all our gear, we put on our breathing apparatus, and then we take some measurements to see if we can kind of classify it.
Although these chemicals are simulated, firefighters are still on their toes because the scenarios they're running are based on real calls.
We simulated an actual incident that happened in the city of Brooklyn Park that their fire department responded to, where a small barrel of sodium permanganate fell off of a truck into a road.
0 readings on my 4-gas monitor. Nothing on the vapor.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also a mildly dangerous chemical, and also in the situation where it occurred, it was fairly dangerous.
Negative. However, we have an 8 on the pH scale.
These guys did a great job too. They definitely did everything that I would have wanted them to do, and they followed the steps that we had gone over last year and the beginning of the class, so it worked out well.
I mean, it's good to hands-on train. I know I learn better that way. So to experience it, even though it's not real, it still feels real, and it's what you make of it.
Now that these officers are armed with proper training, they can put the term hazardous material in their glossary.